the 9 at 9 for Friday, February 14th, 2025. My name's Bob, and I'm live every single morning, 9 a.m. DC time, bringing you ideas and strategies to help you stay focused and tackle those big challenges. Today, we're going to break into communication skills, talking about listening. Listening is probably the most important communication skill. This is called I Can't Hear You. And part of the thought behind that name was that I just don't hear communication at any proper level in my organizations. Honestly, it's a real disappointment when we bring on really great people and one of the facets that they miss is communication. It's just so critical, honestly. When we're hiring technology focused people, they need communication skills. They need to be able to respond, react, listen, execute, and the main thing we need is communication. So listening is huge. I really want to get into that. I'll probably put a series of communication skills videos together. I've been leading corporations for 30 years, and I decided to start this platform to tackle ideas to help you take risks, like I talked about a couple of days ago, or maybe yesterday, and achieve your career goals by learning new skills. And communication, honestly, it's not a technology skill. I want to get into those too because we really need AI professionals and those like that. But communication is massive. At the end of the video yesterday, talked about why I was a little late, and I said because I had met someone, and he was chatting me up, and we were, getting into a decent conversation. And it was really the reason why I stuck with him is because he actually was listening. He was paying attention to what I was saying and vice versa, and we were getting somewhere pretty quickly. And those are the people you wanna be around. Like, those are the people you want to, um, expand, you know? Like, if you notice a lack of listening, you're just subconsciously gonna, like, retreat from that person, and I've actually been really good about it. As I've gotten older, I've just decided that I'm not gonna hang with those people. Like, people who can't bother to listen to the answers to the question that they've asked, like, I've just backed away. When you get to my age, you realize time is so valuable, right? It's the asset that I have least control of, and so you really wanna manage the people you wanna be around, and the people who just can't bother to listen, like, those are the people that I'm just not available for. There was one afternoon we spent with a couple people, and there was just I just realized I just that it was like talking to air, and I used that description. I felt like everything when asked a question, I felt like everything that I was saying was just not even listened to at all. All they were doing was just asking questions to play the game, I guess. And I just decided I'm not gonna be there. I'm not gonna spend my time with people who can't do that. So it's really critical that thanks, man. Thanks for that awesome comment. Yesterday we had plenty. So it is funny how every other day we have like some energy on this and then zero energy. YouTube Live on Shorts is hilarious. But back to the point. Communication, when you ask a question, practice literally listening, and it's something that you can exercise. Your listening skills are not permanently good or permanently bad. You can actually teach yourself to listen better. I've paid attention to when I ask a question or even someone's name, like when you meet someone for the first time and you can't remember their name, it's probably only because you're just super distracted by yourself. You're worried about what they think about you. You're worried about, like, how did you shake their hand? Like all the things that people sometimes get distracted by. So therefore, you don't even hear their name and you don't even hear the things that they're saying. So just practice really consciously thinking of, okay, what name did they just say? Really consciously think of the answers that they give you in those early moments. And then it might even help you to just say, hey, just want to make sure, like, your name is, and then repeat it back to them. That practice of listening in that even short moment is the beginning of proving that you can do this better. If you're in a conversation with a group of people at a social event, and people are passing around the conversation, like, don't be thinking about what you're going to say next. Don't be thinking about the story you want to tell. Think about what they're saying and then ask a question about what they're saying. And honestly, they'll love it. They'll freaking love it. Every person loves when you ask a question tied to what they're talking about. There's no way they won't want more time with you. If you're in an interview and you ask me a question, I interview tons and tons of people, and I talked about this on one of my interview videos. If you ask me a question in an interview and I'm answering the question, and all you're thinking about is the next question you want to ask, and you do not even respond in any way to the stuff I'm sharing with you, because most of the time I give really good answers to those questions if they're decent questions. I'm not going to hire you. I'm not going to consider you, like, in a competitive situation. A candidate that listens in those moments is 100 the best candidate, 100% going to get picked, because every day we're communicating with people on the team. Every day we're looking to get energy around something we're trying to execute. And if you can't listen when someone's actually telling you something, you're just worthless. Like, because we have to go back and do it all over again, right? Like, we can't have people on the team who don't bother to listen. And it's something you could practice. Like, you can practice doing this so that you get better at it. And also, just really just continuously ask those questions. Everyone will appreciate it, and then just on, like, at some point they'll shift it back to you. But if you're not interested, you're not going to be able to build those relationships. And I'm not talking about just social. Like, these are business related issues. I'm talking about it mainly in the business world, but I've noticed it in my social settings too, is the lack of listening. And some people honestly are so bad at it, like, they just straight up go to their phone. I was telling a story once that is probably one of the better stories that you could ever tell. And most everyone that heard the story just was totally engrossed by it, because it's a really good story. And this guy was just in his phone, like, and whatever he was looking at the time, it doesn't matter. Like, what are you doing sending that message to me that you can't even pay attention? Like, even if you were in your phone related to my story, which you could wait. That message is the number one message that you don't give a shit. If you're in your phone while someone's telling you something, the message they're getting is you don't give a shit. So send the message that you care by just focusing on what they're talking about and responding with a question. And just maybe even the next time you see them, bringing it back up again. If you bring back to someone the next time you see them something that they told you last time, they're going to love it. They're going to love hanging out with you. They're going to want more of you because you remembered. Not only did you listen, you remembered something they said. Huge. It's huge. All right, that's the topic of the day. It's interesting. Like I said earlier, we had 65 to 70 people on this yesterday. 3 days ago, we had crap, and it was a light today. But I'm glad we got some people hanging out. If you found me on YouTube Shorts, I put up content about this topic, accomplishing goals. That's the point of this platform. I Can't Hear You is about being positive, impact, getting something and accomplishing what you want, right? Like, taking control of your life. I'm here every day, 9 a.m. DC time. That's my jam. That's my commitment. I've been doing a 99-day YouTube challenge that we're into about day 83 now, which is insane. It ends on March 2nd, but I think I'm just going to keep going, honestly, because I got a rhythm with this. And so I suspect the 99-day YouTube challenge will end, and I'll just keep going, because I wanted to challenge myself to be able to do this consistently and to try to get a little better every day. Like, that's the goal, just a little better. And I'm getting better at this. I'm not getting as good at editing, so we got to figure that out. But we're getting somewhere. Little progress every day. That's the goal. I'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Let's grow together every day. Sorry about yesterday and the audio issues. That was a nightmare. But the video is great. If you go back and check that out, honestly, the quality is really good. The live version on my channel has the audio issue in the beginning. It only lasts about 30 seconds, but then I edit it and put out another version of it. But the quality is really good. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. That was a terrible ending.